Hey everyone, it's M4J here, and welcome back to the new M4J network here on openttd, and welcome back to Bahecity. Last time out, we started building our extensive tram / metro network. Technically, it's not quite streetcars because they're electric, but you can imagine this is in place of a proper metro system here in Bahecity. It's a bit more old-fashioned. You can imagine back in Victorian times, the trams came in, and then instead of ripping them up like London and all the other cities basically in the UK did before rebuilding them, they actually kept theirs. Maybe removed a couple of routes here and there, but for the most part kept them. And also welcome to the new Bahecity Rinfingley, can say it in a second, airport. So we've got T1 here. T2 is actually down here now. You may remember last episode it was actually over here. But then I remembered when I rebuild these airports now, I actually put the terminals together. And I think actually this is probably the most complete airport I've built so far ever, to be honest, in openttd. I'm really happy with how this one's turned out. It does look a bit barren with the grass here in the middle between the two runways. I feel like that's going to get filled with trees or something at some point. It could just remain like this. And then of course we've got, you know, this used to be a hill and it's quite obviously been cut away, but you can imagine that was done ages ago when this was first turned into an airfield before developing. Now it is Bahecity Rinfingley, that was named after the station over here. Rinfingley is there. Technically though, it's actually part of Slonfingford now because this is Terminal 1. There's 2 tram stops here. I'm actually tempted to build more than this, but I don't know where or how or why, but the temptation is there. I think actually what I would do is have this come across here and then across there and then maybe have 2 extra stops here. I don't know. I'm speculating right now. And then Terminal 2 is down here, which is technically the heliport, but you can imagine, yeah, there will be sorts of things going on. I was tempted to link these two up as well. That may happen still in the future. I don't know. And then, of course, Terminal 1's bus station is here and Terminal 2's bus station is here. Where Terminal 2 goes yet, I have no idea because the range of these aircraft, they're not going to go particularly far. So it's probably going to be somewhere within Bahecity still. So, you know, the rich and famous could helicopter their way over here to the airport and then get on a plane elsewhere. Who knows? Other than that, we've got the stops here now through Grenninghead Cross. We've also got over here, New Rendhattan now has the line. I actually built the line and never actually built the stops on it, which I don't know why. And also over here, I started building a line in this direction and never finished it. And I can't actually remember if these are things I said I would do off camera or not, but I have now done them, so that's the main thing. And then there was one other thing. Oh yeah, Frentbourne. So Frentbourne still hates me, and I tried to bribe them again, and that didn't go very well. So I decided to just rebuild, because I'd already removed this stop at this point, and I just decided to rebuild it, and it's now called Frentbourne Interchange. And essentially, people are going to have buses here, basically, that are then going to bring them to the interchange, where they can then get on a tram, which would take them to maybe Hardham, where they can then get on a train to one of the other Bahecity stations, and such and such. I don't know, whatever. Right, couple of things we're going to do today then. First thing, arguably the most important thing, we're going to build the city's first tram depot, and it's going to go over here. And this tram depot is going to serve 4 different termini. It's going to serve Frentbourne Interchange, Rinfingley Airport T1 and T2, and also Slonfingford Interchange over here. And by that I mean those 4 lines are all going to originate at this depot over here. To my knowledge, there are 5 southern termini. There's Frentbourne Interchange, T1, T2, Slonfingford Interchange, and over here, it's actually called Humbles Road, but it was like Punley Market South or something like that. I think there are 6 northern termini. There's Slayburg Springs. Are you listening? Again, if you watched last episode, you'll get that joke. Bruntberg Airport over here, and then we've got New Rendhattan Interchange. So what's that? That's 3. Trendhattan is 4. Oh, there might even be more than that then, actually. Might be 7. Hang on. Let me start counting again. So we've got Slayburg Springs, which is a terminus. Yeah, Slayburg Springs, Bruntberg Airport, New Rendhattan, Trendhattan, Pewburg Interchange, and then we've got the 2 over here as well. So we've got Great Buntbourne Docks and Great West View. So there's 7 on this side. And there's only 5, sorry, on this side. But there may be a way around that. There's going to be one depot over here that's going to serve these 2 lines. So that's basically that taken care of. As for these ones over here then, I don't know. I actually don't know. But right now, I want to focus on getting this depot built, because I think that is going to be one of the most important things. Now, I wanted to look and see what objects I've got here first before I start, because I would love it, absolutely love it, if, yes, one of these, if I could actually build a proper looking tram depot. Yeah, I think that could work. Alrighty then. I'm kind of happy with, I'm kind of happy with that as a concept. So, for this depot at least, I think we're going to go, wow, I can't even speak English anymore. I think we're going to go with this design. So, I'm happy. Hopefully you're all happy. Let's get started, shall we? Okay, tram depot built. I think eventually I might go and reuse this design, this shed design here. To be honest, this one is, you can imagine this is the maintenance bay at the front, and then there's this outside storage at the back, and that's basically what this is. Right, trams are in. Let's start planning out some routes. So I think the obvious one is Bahecity Rinfingley Airport Terminal 1, all the way over to Bahecity Bruntberg Airport, which hasn't actually been built yet, but you can imagine it will actually run down in this direction, which means, I don't know, probably a shuttle or something between the actual airport station and the airport itself. I don't know. Imagine this is a Luton thing with the, what's it called, Luton Airport shuttle or something that's just been opened like in the last few months. I can't remember. I don't live near Luton anymore, so it's not really on my radar. But yeah, airport to airport, you can imagine business travellers flying in here, catching the tram across the city to the other airport, or the train, actually, and then flying out again to wherever it is they're going. I think that sounds pretty cool. So we might as well get that one going first, before I forget. And while I'm here, let's go from introduction. Is that a search bar? Oh my goodness, I don't think they had a search bar before. I am actually playing on the latest version of openttd now as well. I downloaded the latest version between episodes. If you don't know how to download the latest episode of openttd, latest episode, if you don't know how to download the latest version of openttd JGR, stop myself in the nick of time there, then do head over to my tutorial video. Might remember to put the link in the description. If I don't, then just head on to my channel and check out the tutorial series, because it's very good, highly recommended by myself, of course. And you can check out how to download the latest version of JGR. It's very, very good. Right. I'm almost tempted to use this. LHB P86 stock. Capacity of 188. Now, technically, it was the original DLR trams. Because they are trams. Or they were trams on the DLR. The new trains are actually trains. But the original ones were trams. And as you can see here, they were used in Essen as well. As a tram. And I believe are they the B90s or the D90s, whatever the slightly older DLR stock, I believe they're actually trams as well, but that have been configured to run on third rail and fully automated. But I like the idea of this. 40 mile an hour top speed, 186 passengers. If I could... Oh, you are actually quite big. I wasn't expecting you to be that big. So your capacity is actually 288 passengers. But I still think that could work. Let me just see how big you are. Let's just how did I set this up? I actually can't remember. Bear with me one second. We're just gonna take a little trip over to Sanley. I feel like it is still depot first, but I just wanted to check. Yeah, depot first. Cool. So this service, and then we might as well go Bam, bam. And then in both of these cases, no unloading. Actually, I think I remember how this goes now. It's that. There. And if I now set you off, is it just going to be one of these fits per depot? Ah, yeah, okay. All the more reason then for this to be slightly bigger. But I'm kind of okay with that. As long as there's not too many vehicles sort of overlapping one another, I'm actually kind of okay with that. Alright, from here then, we're going to stop here twice. And then we're going to go down to Terminal 1. And again, I feel like building a cut through between here and here. And I think I am actually going to do that. And it'll be for empty stock movements only. It kind of helps create a little bit of a barrier road here between the airport, like a perimeter road around the airport, which is kind of cool as well. Most airports do have that. There. Oh, there's a building in the way. There we go. Now, there. Like so. The problem with this is we don't have... actually, do we need one? Yeah, I'm going to build them anyway. Just because, and actually I don't think I need one there. I think that can work as a waypoint. There. Here then, we're going to go here twice. Here twice. And of course, this one is going to be unload, leave empty. This is going to get renamed, was it BWA T1 approach? Yeah, we'll just call it that. Cool. Right. Here we go then. So aviation walk. I've got to remember the route now because there's a lot of junctions in and around the tram network here. Master Trams, despite your name, I think you're kind of glad that you wouldn't have to timetable this for me yet. You never know. We might come up with a system for it in the future. But yeah, this is a headache, let's just say. Iron Square. I have named all of these as well, so if you're looking at all the names, there may be a couple of Easter eggs in here. Nothing particularly, you know, there's nothing crude or anything like that. There's also nothing that gives away what I used as inspiration for these names, which I think is cool as well. Somewhere here, there it is. Bahecity Hardham, and then over there, Hard Lime Street. Some of these are purely random as well, just random names that I was thinking of while I was doing this. Reams Lane, Petersfield, Linden Gardens. Up here then to Bahecity Central, where all the fun happens. Then City Hall, which as you can see is very close to the central station. Quartz Quarter. I was going to call it Diamond Quarter, and then I thought Quartz was a better name, just for joke reasons more than anything. Lower Walks, Grange Precinct. I believe I'm heading in the right direction. Am I? Yes. Yes, I am. Yeah, it's very easy to get lost here. Cooks Lane. Kings Road. Marks Hamlet, not named after me. Fringe Fields. God, it's getting very hot in my office right now. The rest of this will be done as a time-lapse, by the way. Purely so that I can turn a fan on more than anything. Bahecity Tarnley, Gregory's Road, Gronberg Mill, Gronberg Square. That one I think is on that branch, yes. So we're going to skip to Portland Parade. I feel like that should be before the junction, but never mind. Nose Walk. Tarnley Old Town, Gronberg West Station, and then Weems Court, or Weems Court, however you want to say it, Barton Brick Lane, Brymore Lane, Hudson Hovel, and then, finally, Bahecity Bruntberg Airport. So there's quite a lot of stops here actually. We're on to almost into the 90s with this one, so that's quite a lot. But I like that. I'm happy with that. So I'm going to stick you here. I'm going to switch you over to this side, and hopefully I won't need to use both sides of the screen here, but you never know. I'm planning on doing 5 lines today. The 5 main lines, actually no, sorry, 4 lines today. The 4 that are connected up to this terminus are the ones that I'm planning on doing today. There might be some that I do off camera. There might be some that get done next episode as well. I haven't actually decided what next episode is going to be yet, but yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. In terms of this then, I'm trying to remember how this works. I think this was 1 minute, and then this was 15. So I think let's first of all change all of these to 1. You then change to 15. The airport here we're going to change to 10. The other airport, wherever that's gone, 46 I think it was, number 46. Yes it was. Wow, that's oddly good memory for me. And then this one here is going to be 5 minutes. I don't think there's any reason for any of the others to be different yet. That may change, but right now I don't think there's any different. Yeah, I don't think there's any difference. I don't think there's any point. We're going to lock this. And then for the speed limits, I'm going to set all to 30 to start with. And then obviously in the depot, it's going to be 10. Actually, it's going to be 5. 5 is a lot smarter. And then around the airport, it's going to be 10. And of course, set to autofill. There we go. And then the other airport up here, I feel like we need an approach waypoint, but I have no idea where that. I guess it's this one. Does that have a name? No. But you're going to be BBA approach. And yeah, 10 miles an hour. Which means I've got to add that in. Where are we? There. So 1 just before, 1 just after. Sweet. I love the waypoints for roads. That's one of the best additions to the game, I would say. In recent times. Obviously there are better ones that have happened over the years. But in terms of recent additions to the game, that is definitely up there as one of the best. Right. Set that one to 10. Set that one to 10. All the other ones here are 30, which is fine. And then down here, 10. 10. And then that one's fine. This one is 5. Okay, so you're set to auto-complete. Or autofill, sorry, not autocomplete. We'll sort out scheduled dispatch. That might actually be something that I do off camera just to save some time. Okay, now I've got to do the next ones. So, I think Frentbourne interchange. Let's say we cross over the city in like an X shape, like I've said before. That would probably take us up to New Rendhattan. Or, because it's quite a short journey from here to Bahecity Central, maybe from here we then take the slightly longer route, which takes us all the way up to Puberg interchange. I kind of like that idea. So, Frentbourne, sorry, to Puberg, which is a horrible name, but it's a name. Then I think these two here are going to have their own depot, so we're not going to do that now. And at least one of those is going to come down here to Humbles Road. So maybe T2 can come up to New Rendhattan. And that can kind of be a smaller branch. Maybe. I kind of like the sound of that. And then that kind of leaves us with Sleighberg Springs and Slonfingford, which creates like a U shape, which is a bit weird. I actually think these two are going to have their own depot. And therefore, maybe we just have Frentbourne T1 and T2 served by this depot, and then these two can have their own depot, and then Slayburg Springs can come around to Slonfingford. That sounds better to me. And then Humbles Road can go up to New Rendhattan. But then where does T2 go? Huh. I did not think it would be this difficult, to be honest. Okay, I think for now we will keep Slonfingford connected to this depot. And I think it's going to be the two interchanges. Slonfingford here may be over to Slayburg Springs, and then we can swap that with another depot if necessary. And New Rendhattan to T2. I think that is going to be how we're going to do this. So I'm going to stick my fan on, I'm going to mute my microphone, I'm going to stop hitting my microphone, and we're going to get on with the rest of this tram planning. Alrighty, here we are then with 4 tram lines organised. I'm just going to save my game here quickly because again it is the temperature of the sun in here, and already I've literally just turned the fan off and already I'm starting to overheat. It is incredibly hot. I don't even know, 20 degrees it claims. Wow. For the record, I'm recording this at 10 to 10 in the evening and it claims to be 20 degrees. That is obscenely hot. Anyway, it's summer. Get over it. I know a lot of you are thinking that. So, we've got 4 lines organised here. The first one here runs from Bahecity Rinfingley Airport Terminal 1, and it runs over here to Bahecity Bruntberg Airport. Line 2, which is this tram here, that goes from, remind myself more than anything, Frentbourne Interchange all the way up to Pughburg Interchange, which is still a horrible name. Line 3 goes from down here at Slonfingford Interchange and runs up here to New Rendhattan Interchange. And then line 4 is a bit of a temporary one right now. It runs from Terminal 2 down here at Rinfingley Airport, and right now it terminates up here at Brookside. I can't even remember, my brain overheated and I forgot where I actually said this line was going. I think it was actually down this way towards Slayberg Springs or somewhere else. It might have even been coming up here. I can't remember now. But I realised that a lot of the lines that I'd already planned were coming this way and not actually up this way. So I've gone with this line here. It terminates at a temporarily rebuilt Bahecity Brookside. Eventually this will default back to the original design with the 2 platforms here and nothing else. Especially once this depot here has been built and these 2 lines are operational. Just for ease, really. And then we'll probably build another little line that this could serve. I feel like it would actually come up here into Plonfingley, but we'll see. Maybe via, is that Garhatton? Gayhatton? I think Garhatton's probably a better way of saying it. And yeah, I think that'll do it for this episode. It's a bit of a shorter one. I think once the time lapses and everything have been put in, it's probably going to be like 25 minutes, if that. So I apologise for that. We may have some shorter episodes coming up in the near future for this series, purely because of the heat. It means I'm not sat here perspiring at a desk. You know, I can actually be sat here perspiring at a desk with a fan on whilst editing, which is a lot nicer. So yeah, that's that. There's also an image that I don't think anyone wanted, so apologies for that. I'm going to test these lines. You can see I've added some basic scheduled dispatch in. Again, if you want to know how to do scheduled dispatch, I have a tutorial on it. Feel free to check it out. I will add some more to this. These are 10-minute frequencies, which might not sound like much on the extremities here, but through the core, considering there's 4 lines already that come through here, that's basically on average a tram every 2.5 minutes, which is pretty damn good, I would say, for a big city like this. And once the other lines are added in, it's probably even going to be one every minute almost, which is insane. Probably maybe every 1.5 to 2 minutes, actually thinking about it. But yeah, that's pretty insane. Oh, I just realised I could have terminated that line here at Bahecity Central. Ah, well. I also debated putting some waypoints in here and having the trams run slightly slower through this section, but I just thought, to heck with that. We'll just do it like this. It's fine. I also toyed with the idea of changing the type of tram, because these are what I call DLR vehicles, but if you live in Germany, they'll be Essen trams. So they are trams. They qualify as trams. They're just very, very big capacity trams, which I think for Bahecity is actually perfect. But we'll see how they go. We can always swap them out if necessary. That's absolutely fine. Okay, that will do it then for this episode, like I said. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. And, of course, if you're enjoying the series so far, drop those comments down below with ideas for future episodes. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. It really does help me out. If you have already subscribed to the channel, thank you for your continued support. Like I said, really does help me out. I very much appreciate it. Feel free to check out things like Patreon as well and my social media. Might as well try and build up some followers on there and some patrons as well if possible. Now that we've got a couple of patrons supporting the channel, there's a much higher likelihood of this save here going online, people being able to join, run their own franchises, things like that. So if you fancy running the Bahecity Tram network here, then why not become a patron? And it's yours, so long as no one else claims it before you, of course. But yeah, just the ever so infrequent plug of my socials and Patreon there. But yeah, otherwise, enjoy the rest of your evening. Go out and enjoy the sun, depending on what time you're watching this, of course, while we still have it, because winter, believe it or not, is coming. And yeah, thanks for watching once again, and until next time, I will see you soon.